Today we're going to cover the remaining part of our strategies. In our previous session, we covered the right strategy on answering multiple choice questions and essay questions. And we discussed how you should study. Today we're going to concentrate on this point, practicing time management by setting a 4 hours exam practice session, okay, which will eventually give you confidence and help you to practice specifically before the actual exam date. So what do I mean by practice time management by setting a 4-hour exam practice question? What we want to create is an environment where everything we're doing becomes a habit. And when anything becomes a habit, it reduces the stress that comes with the risk, and the risk is defined as the unknown. So when you go into an exam, the feeling of, you say stress, but the feeling is just the unknown. I don't know what I'm gonna get on the exam. I don't know what type of questions I'm gonna get. I don't know if I'm gonna finish on time. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to answer all the questions. I don't know how I'm gonna start, and so on. So this unknown creates this level of stress. However, when you practice and practice and practice the exam day before the actual exam, you have created a habit where you exactly know what to do. And even if you still worry on the type of questions that you might get, by practicing ahead of time, the process that you have to go through within these 4 hours, then once you start the exam, you're gonna go into a robust mode and you just follow the process. So you no longer worry about the type of question that you're gonna get. You have a strategy, you've been doing that strategy, you've been practicing the same process and steps, so you just go through it as if you are riding a bike. So you don't think. Why? Because you already know how to ride a bike now. So once you get on top of it, you just hit the pedal, right? And then the destination will come when it comes. So the same thing is going to be applied here. Now, what I advise you is to set at least 3 to 4 weeks before your actual exam date to set at least 1 day per week. You see, I'm not asking for the impossible. 1 day per week to practice this strategy. So in other words, you're going to practice it at least 3 to 4 times before your actual exam date. Okay, and that's what we are aiming for. So when I practice this strategy at least 3 to 4 times, before your actual exam date. So 1 day per week is achievable, is doable. So it's better to set this date on a weekend or a day off or a holiday throughout the week, which means you don't have any other commitments, you don't have work. And because you're gonna need the full day. So let's say for simplicity, we're gonna choose a Saturday. On that Saturday, you're gonna act exactly as you should act on the actual exam day. So let's say your exam is at 9 a.m. So you're gonna wake up at 7 a.m. and you're gonna follow the exact same routine. The most important thing is that you do not review, neither on the actual exam day nor on that practice day. You do not do any revision of any material. You need to keep that in mind, because if you're going to go through that, you don't have enough time to go through all the information. So this is going to increase your stress level, and it's going to increase your or it's going to shake your self-confidence, because it's going to just increase the level of doubt you're going to be having by, oh, I forgot about this, I don't remember that, and it's just that you're trying to remember a million things in a very short period of time. So definitely you're going to feel that you forgot most of it. And we don't want that feeling nor that level of stress. So on that day and on the exam day, no practice, no review whatsoever. Okay? So what we're going to practice is that throughout this month, we want to ensure that we're not tired, we're not hungry, we're not thirsty, and we don't need to visit the restroom between 9 a.m. and 1 p.m. So that on the exam day, we know that we can control ourselves. We're not going to be tired, we're not going to be overwhelmed, we're not going to be dehydrated, and we're not going to visit the restroom. So you can adjust your diet. You have a month to adjust your diet, and that's more than enough. And another advice, specifically if you live in a city or a busy area or a traffic area, I suggest you don't drive. Driving will get you more stress, specifically if there's traffic or whatever. So you want to be relaxed. So I suggest listening to music, whatever makes you happy, enjoy the scene, just get there without any problem. And another thing, even on the actual exam day, another thing is that parking. So I did my exams. Most of my exams were in major cities, so it was impossible to find a parking space. So if I was driving, I would have spent at least 15 to 20 minutes to find the parking space. Then it's gonna take me 10 to 15 minutes running to get to the Prometric Center, which will cause me to be dehydrated, stressed, and then defocused. I don't want that. If someone is driving me, they will drop me exactly at the door of the Prometric Center. So no hustle, no worrying, no wasting time looking for a parking lot, no running, nothing. So that reduces your time to get to the Prometric Center, and that reduces your stress. On that day when you are practicing, definitely you're not going to be driving. So I suggest just sit and relax, listen to music. At 9 a.m., by then you should have set 100 multiple choice questions. Whatever course provider you are using, they have something that's called exam type or any other name for it. So that's why, sorry, any other name for it, which means that the answer of the multiple choice question will not be revealed unless you finish all the multiple questions set. So if you set 10 multiple choice questions, the answer will not be revealed to any of those until you finish the whole 10. So what we're going to do is that we're going to choose 100 multiple choice questions, preferably questions that you never practiced before. That's why we did that strategy, the rolling strategy before. So, and we want 100 from all topics, all sections, randomly selected, and they should be exam time. We should start the exam exactly at 9 a.m., ensuring that we are in a room that is locked, phone is off and outside of the room, no food, no drinking when we are practicing, no distractions. And you just drill through the 100 multiple choice questions, following the strategy that we discussed in our previous live session. Make sure that you do not exceed the 3 hours. Make sure that you never leave any unanswered question. Once these 3 hours are done, or once you finish the 100 multiple choice question, if you were able to finish earlier, do not give yourself more than 1 hour for the essays. Even if you were able to finish in 2 hours, 45 minutes, do not give yourself more than 1 hour, because we want to practice with the worst case scenario. And you practice the same strategy that we discussed last time for the 2 essays. Again, preferably essays that you never practiced before, totally new essays. Once you're done, I suggest to take a 2 hours break. Do not check your answers. Do not check how you did. Just take a break for 2 hours, okay? Definitely get something to eat, definitely hydrate, watch a movie, get some sleep, get a walk, play with your kids, whatever makes you happy. After these 4 hours, come back, lock the doors, and assess all your work, okay? Check all your answers, multiple choice and essays, take notes of what you did right, what you did wrong, how you thought, what gaps you have, all of this. Take notes for that. Then, by the end of the week, go through the same process, new 100 multiple choice questions, practice not eating, not drinking throughout these 4 hours, not taking a bathroom break, and so on. Go through 100 multiple choice, 2 essays, same drill. So if you keep repeating that throughout 3 or 4 weeks, once you get to the exam date, you exactly know what to do. You know how to start answering questions, solve the easy ones first, solve the hard ones, never leave any unanswered question, and then just go with the flow. Okay, so don't underestimate the strategies. Are we clear? And always, by the way, have confidence in your ability to succeed. The most destroying feeling is, I don't think I'm gonna pass, I'm not ready. Always doubting yourself. If you always doubt yourself, your brain is gonna think that you want to fail, and your brain will help you to fail even if you're trying to succeed, but your subconscious is more strong than your conscious. So always have this confidence. I'm gonna pass, I'm gonna do it. Okay, I'm ready, I know the strategies, I'm practicing, I'm doing what I can. And on the actual exam day, there's no need to stress.